5. It is 7 p.m. We're going to start off with a moment of silence for our invocation, and then we'll call upon Commissioner Morris to lead us in the pledge. If you're able to stand, please stand for a moment of silence and then our pledge by Commissioner Morris. Commissioner Morris.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I wanted to share with everyone that the little bear here is from the RX Kids Economic Impact Analysis for Calhoun County. There was a meeting that took place earlier this week, and they wanted me to share the bear with everyone here at the commission meeting. So that's the explanation behind the bear. Madam Clerk, could you please call the roll?
Commissioner Kotarski-Smith?
Here.
Commissioner Lacoste? Commissioner Lance?
Here.
Commissioner Morris?
Here.
Mayor Benke?
Here.
Commissioner O'Donnell?
Here.
Commissioner Reynolds? Commissioner Simmons?
Here, I'm joining remotely while on military duty.
Thank you. And Vice Mayor Sophia?
Here.
Thank you very much, Madam Clerk. Next item on our agenda is a proclamation and award from the General Aviation Appreciation Month, and Patty Suni is here to accept. Penny, we want to thank everyone at the airport for everything they do in order to make this General Aviation Appreciation Month possible. On behalf of the citizens of the city of Battle Creek, we say thank you, and Ted Deering's here to take our picture. Next item on our agenda is chair noting any added or deleted resolutions.
There were none.
Thank you. Next item on our agenda is petitions, communications, and reports.
So we did receive 2 communications. One was from Joe Harris and the other was from Francis O'Neill regarding Resolution 268.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Next item on our agenda is public comment regarding any remaining agenda items, limited to 4 minutes per individual. If you'd like to make public comment regarding any remaining agenda item, please raise your hand, and we will acknowledge you to come forward to the podium. You'll have 4 minutes to make your comments. Please state your name and address before beginning your comment and indicate which agenda item you are speaking to. Are there any commission comments? Yes, Joe.
Joe Harris, Battle Creek. Sorry I couldn't make the workshop today. I had we got to work sometimes, right? But I am talking about Resolution 268. I'll make this really brief as fast as possible. I did email all of you. You got that. In regard to extended terms for the mayor and the commissioners, I do suggest a balanced approach. If the commission chooses to amend the charter so as to extend the term of commissioners from 2 years to 4, I would also add to the amendment that there be term limits in that the commissioner cannot serve more than 2 4-year terms either consecutively or non-consecutively. This solution basically checks off all the arguments for the 4-year term and the 2-year terms combined that I mentioned earlier in my email. Term limits provide for a highly effective commission. You can focus on long-term goals while at the same time provide for different and diverse ideas to come into play by leaving the door open for new commissioners to be elected at the end of the term. In addition, you wouldn't no longer have to be concerned with career politicians' concentrations of power. I would encourage the commission that if they approve the amendment to extend the term from 2 to 4 years, that they do add term limit language in that commissioners can only serve 2 4-year terms for 8 years total, either consecutively or non-consecutively. In regard to discipline or removal of a commissioner by other commissioners, I do understand holding commissioners to a higher standard and being accountable to people. However, I do not agree with commissioners having the power to remove a duly elected commissioner, mainly because there's already options in place by the state of Michigan. There are 2 options in place, specifically MCL 168.327, which is removal of a commissioner by the governor of the state. There's due process given to the accused and the decision is rendered. Or you have MCL 168.93, which is the removal by the people of the Battle Creek through a recall process. The commission has no control of the recall process, but they do have control in regard to appealing to the governor. And so I would look at this more from a process standpoint and what processes you would have to discipline a commissioner. And I'm kind of looking at it from an impeachment standpoint. In that, if a commissioner is accused of misconduct, it's brought forth to the commission. They vote on for an investigation. Investigator comes back, presents their report. That's voted on. And then it's sent up to the governor for a decision. The commission has done their part. They're out of the picture at that point. It's kind of, if you look at it from a constitutional standpoint, it's kind of when the House brings impeachment articles over to the Senate decides the fate of who's being impeached. So the commission would have done their due diligence at that time. So I would encourage that you would focus on process more than giving the commissioners power to remove another commissioner. So I thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Have a great day.
Thank you for your comments. Any other public comments at this time? Yes, young man.
Mine will be a lot shorter. I agree with everything the last brother just said for Resolution 268, I believe. I think I love the idea of extending, the presence of commissioners and mayors who are especially doing a great job and we want to see stick around a little longer. That's awesome. I think I definitely do disagree with you guys having the power to get rid of each other. It's just not ethical, in my opinion. I think everybody here is smart, wants the best for each other, but what do we do in the future when we have people in your seats and you're no longer here? They don't like each other. They want to have secret dinners, meet up, see how we can all get behind closed doors the same opinion on this one commission, leader, whatever. I just think it's a waste of time, and it's too much for you guys to be worrying about when you're already having so many other things to focus on. I think the process that's already in place is perfectly fine, and if you don't like a commissioner enough, go through that long state process to get them up out of here. I mean, somebody has to really not like you to spend their time to do all that, and I think you should have to go through a lot of pins and needles to make something like that happen if we're trying to prove somebody is not supposed to be in the seat that they are in. So I think between you guys, it just would end up being non-ethical. Maybe not amongst you guys, but in the future, it could get pretty messy and be bothersome. So that's all I really had to say.
Thank you. Thank you for your comments. Autumn Smith?
Good evening, Autumn Smith, Battle Creek. I too am going to echo what the first 2 speakers said about the punishing commissioners and removing them from office. I would highly, highly suggest before you guys try to empower yourselves more, you correct the ethics ordinance that you already have on the book that is unconstitutional and doesn't suffice to serve. I would remind you all to go back to June 28, 2015, when you guys implemented, not this commission, but the commission at the time, implemented the use of the unconstitutional, abusive, and retaliatory ethics ordinance against an outspoken commissioner. Just because you guys didn't like what was being said, you guys retaliated against him. Now, here's the thing. You guys changed the ethics ordinance prior to doing so, and I called you out for doing it because I knew exactly what you guys were doing, and you guys did it. You never failed to succeed at your failures. So what you guys did was you guys changed the ethics ordinance to make it to where any 2 commissioners, along with the mayor, can bring up a commissioner on an ethics ordinance, on an ethics violation. Now, if it's an ethics violation and it violates and it comes to the level of being an ethical thing where the commissioner possibly needs to be punished, disciplined, or whatever, You think you would need a simple majority or a supermajority, and if it raises to the level of ethics, it should not be that hard. The fact that any two commissioners can just go to the mayor and bring a commissioner up on charges because, like you said, they may have a personality conflict, may disagree with some, you then are making the personal political, and you're wasting our taxpayer dollars, and you're using it to retaliate. Now, what came of the ethics ordinance when you guys implemented it against Commissioner Domenico in 2015? Nothing. It cost us money. You violated his rights. You stripped him of his right to counsel. You stripped Jill Steele, who was then the attorney there, who's supposed to represent all of you guys. She then was removed and replaced by Jim Dyer. Jim Dyer was then just a place marker for her. If she wasn't allowed to serve and oversee the ethics hearing, how could Jim Dyer? Also, the attorney represents the commission as a body, as a whole. They cannot selectively represent these 8 commissioners and not this one, or these 5 commissioners and not these 4.
What
Talking about
resolution are you
268
speaking to?
268 in the discipline of commissioners.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Thank you. You should remember you were here for it. You voted for it too. So this is what's concerning is why are you guys trying to empower yourself more when you already have an ethics ordinance on the books that needs to be cleaned up and polished? So I would highly, highly ask that you guys no longer do that because you can make a witch hunt like we've seen before out of this. Again, June 28, 2015, go watch the meeting. Your guys' own witnesses that you called up, Joe Schwartz and stuff, that you guys tried to testify against Commissioner Domenico, even testified against you. Said he didn't have to come to this. So before you try to give yourself more power, why don't you clean up what's already on the books and make it more constitutional, make it more ethical and stuff like that, because I find it mildly ironic that you guys have the most unethical ethnic ordinance in the state of Michigan, and that you guys find it totally okay to have 2 commissioners with the permission of the mayor to go after someone because they may not like them. It worked out so well that the discipline that was handed down from the commission was a censure or a reprimand. 2 commissioners, 1 commissioner, 4 do not have any more power to oversee another commissioner. The punishment for that ethics ordinance was the commissioner at the helm, Domenico, was supposed to be counseled by then Mayor Deb Owens and Vice Mayor Lynn Ward Gray. Jeff didn't show up. $3,500 of our taxpayer dollars were wasted to pay Jim Dyer, who was told that he was not acting as legal counsel, but when I FOIA'd documents for communication between him, I was denied under attorney-client privileges. So you guys really have a mess you already need to clean up before you try to institute new things. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Any other comments at this time? Sir, did you want to speak?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Okay,
I paid to be here,
all right.
so.
State your name for the record.
My name's Jesse Mosier. I went to Battle Creek Central, you know, lifelong native of Battle Creek.
Okay, and what resolution are you speaking to?
I'm getting there.
Okay.
I am speaking on Resolution 268. You know, I find it odd. So we're trying to implement 4-year terms, knowing that implementing this is going to allow the citizens of Battle Creek the right to call special elections. If we want to, you know, fill the vacancy of a seat that's caused by someone being suspended or expelled from the commission. Just because we're currently running in the 2 years, we don't get that right. So ultimately what this would be allowing you guys to do is to suppress the votes of each district. Each of you guys would just be replaced by somebody that agrees. And honestly, I think you guys should be concerned about that. William Kim, your name sounded really familiar. I did live over in Flint for a couple years.
Sir,
I'm still on Resolution 268.
I know, but I need you to speak to me, all right, as
Okay.
the chair?
Okay.
Thank you.
But oddly enough, you know, very high political tension over there during those suspensions that suppressed, you know, city commissioner votes that ultimately allowed certain things that were not supported to then go forward in Flint. So, you know, take that in consideration. So I hope you have a good night, and
Thank you very much, Jesse. Are there any other public comments at this time? Seeing none, next item on our agenda is commission comment regarding meeting business.
I move for the approval of the consent agenda.
Support.
Been moved and supported to approve the consent agenda. Is there any item that this commissioner would like to discuss, clarify, or have a question on? Seeing none, would you please vote on the consent agenda? The consent agenda has been approved. Next item on our agenda is Resolution 268. Madam Clerk, when you're ready.
If approved, this resolution would allow for the submission to the electorate the proposed amendments to the City of Battle Creek Charter to set terms of office for all elected officials of the City of Battle Creek to 4 years, have those terms begin at an organizational meeting of the City Commission to be held the first Tuesday in December after the election, and subject elected officials of the City of Battle Creek to discipline by the City Commission up to and including removal from office for lacking the required qualifications for office, a felony conviction while in office, or misconduct in office.
Move for the approval of Resolution 268.
Support.
Been moved and supported to approve Resolution 268. I'd like to call upon Commissioner Lance.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would like to make a motion to table Resolution 268 until our next meeting in this month.
Support.
Been moved and supported. Are there any other questions of the motion to, did you say suspend?
Table.
Table. Resolution 268 to our next meeting in November. Any other comments, questions? Seeing none, would you please vote on the motion to table? The motion has been approved. Next item on our agenda is Resolution 269. Madam Clerk, when you're ready.
If approved, this resolution would allow Gull Lake Distilling Company, LLC, to operate under Public Act 124 of 2020 and participate in the City of Battle Creek within the expanded State Street Commons area in the City of Battle Creek designated social district.
Move to approve Resolution 269.
Support.
It's been moved and supported to approve Resolution 269. Are there any comments by the Commission on this? Seeing none, would you please vote on Resolution 269? Resolution 269 has been approved. Next item on our agenda is general public comment, limited to 3 minutes per individual. If you'd like to make general public comment regarding matters over which the City Commission has control, please raise your hand and wait for us to acknowledge you to come forward to the podium. You will have 3 minutes to make your comments. Please state your name and address prior to beginning your comment. Are there any public comments at this time? Yes, Joe.
That was kind of a shocking experience. Sorry, bad joke there. I want to thank the Commission for tabling the Resolution 268. I don't know the reasoning behind it, but here's my encouragement to you guys. When you go, I'm hoping that it's for a rework of what's done. My encouragement would be that if you are strongly considering 4-year terms, consider term limits. That brings a balance to everything. I know that you have arguments, against term limits, but at the same time, term limits allow for more diverse thought processes. It allows more people to come in of different ideologies. It allows a number of things. I think you could balance everything out by initializing term limits if you go forward with a 4-year term. Again, I'll echo my concern for commissioners disciplining other commissioners. There's already procedures in place. I would encourage that you focus on the process. I'm kind of looking to the Constitution for in this sense that there is processes throughout government to remove officers. There's already a process in place by the state, and basically what the Commission could do here is you have an opportunity to have a process that you guys can have that you would follow so as to put that up to the governor so as to remove a commissioner who might be involved with misconduct or something of that matter. So I would consider really focusing on the process in that regard. So I just thank you all for your time, and just have a safe trip home. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Autumn Smith, please.
Good evening, Autumn Smith. I'm here tonight because I believe the City of Battle Creek and its police department have a serious transparency problem. Once again, it appears the Freedom of Information Act requests, which are supposed to serve the public, are being weaponized against the public to hide documents and avoid accountability. Let me give you a quick comparison. I recently filed a FOIA request with the Livonia Police Department regarding Officer Hunter Barnett incident. Within approximately 72 hours, 3 days, I had the entire police report in my hands. It cost me nothing. $0, no delays, no games, just a straightforward fulfillment of a lawful request. Now, compare that to my experience here in Battle Creek. I filed a FOIA request for the Battle Creek side of the Livonia Police Department involving the Hunter Barnett incident. These documents are less than 1 year old, not hundreds of pages, not a large archive, yet I was told it would cost $640. $640 for a lawful request via FOIA. And the explanation, basically, I'm being charged Todd Elliott's rate of pay, essentially paying an officer's full hourly wage to review and redact documents that other departments manage to produce quickly and affordably. Now let's put that in perspective. I've received over 250 pages from the Kalamazoo Department of Public Safety regarding Chief Shannon Bagley's tenure there. KDPS granted one lawful extension, charged a reasonable deposit of around $59, and I received hundreds of pages of responsive records. If Kalamazoo can do that efficiently, lawfully, why can't Battle Creek? Are we seriously expected to believe it takes nearly 3 full workdays for one officer to review and redact a handful of documents? Or is this simply the going rate for covering up the truth? Because from where I stand, it looks a lot less like due diligence and more like deliberate obstruction. To make matters worse, the city's own partial denial letter references its retaliation policy as justification for withholding certain information. That's not transparency, that's an excuse. It's a reminder that our local government is choosing secrecy over accountability. We're constantly told the department operates with honesty, integrity, and transparency, but how can those words mean anything when residents are being priced out of the truth? When the citizens have to fight for and pay hundreds of dollars just to see public records that belong to them. Battle Creek deserves better. We deserve a government that values openness, not one that hides behind inflated FOIA fees and red tape. Transparency isn't optional, it's the foundation of public trust. I urge this commission to take a serious look at how FOIA requests are being handled and to hold your departments to the same standard of honesty and accountability that you ask of your residents. $640. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your comments. Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, Reese Atkins, 84 South 23rd Street. I'm gonna have to get on this bagwagon with the police department. Last Tuesday afternoon at approximately 2:15, I was coming home from picking up my wife at school, heading down Columbia Avenue. I seen a broke down vehicle. I stopped to see if I could help. It was a teenage young girl that was very scared, very unknowing of what was going on. I chose to dial 911 to get an officer there to help her, which would make her a little bit more comfortable than some guy coming up in a car helping her. I stayed there until a police officer could get there. A police officer came up off the ramp of 94 and said that there was another officer en route. 2 minutes after that officer left, I get a call from 911 dispatch telling me that that deputy said, well, her vehicle was not in a danger or in a bad area, so we're not going to send a deputy to her. This is a young girl that was scared. First time ever driving, first time ever having the car break down. and a person calls 911 dispatch to have an officer out there, and the police department refuses to show up because she's not in danger. She was in danger. She was on the on-ramp, northbound on-ramp of 9466 interchange, scared, not knowing what to even do or how to even get the car in a safe area so they could be picked up. She was on the phone with her dad, who was working in Kalamazoo. We need to look at, A, what our police officers are doing, since they don't want to come out to calls that are dangerous vehicles that are scared people, and why they're deciding what is danger, what's not danger when a call comes into 911 dispatch. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Are there any other public comments at this time? Yes, Jesse.
Are we good? I just got to watch the timer, you know. We're limited. I feel like I'm in grade school. All right. I'm nobody. I'm going to just let you know that. But I know some of the things that I said really resonated with you guys. You were staring me down, man. I'm sorry, but calm down. It's okay. You felt what I said.
You're going to direct your comments to me, all right?
Okay.
Thank you.
So the commissioners over here, as I spoke what I said earlier, it looked like it resonated with them. I'm sorry I can't look at you guys to actually be involved in a conversation with this. It's just public comment. So I can't look over here either. So don't you guys see what's wrong here? Straight up. Do you not see it? 4 years for somebody to just say, hey, we don't like you, you're gone. And then from there, who replaces them? Just somebody of your picking? Make it make sense. Repressing the right to get the special election out. Why would you shut that down? What are you scared of? Are you scared that the people of Battle Creek will actually know what to do when they're faced with opposition? You're the mayor. You're supposed to train them to be like that. I have an ethical duty in my role. You guys should have an ethical duty to support and lift each other up versus throw each other on the streets. That's all I got to say. And I hope you have a good night, because it looks like you're going to sleep pretty rough tonight.
Thank you for your comments. Are there any other public comments? Seeing none, are there any commission comments? Patrick.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to thank the city attorney for earlier today with the workshop and all the information that we got, and it takes a lot of time to get all that around for us. And then next Tuesday is Veterans Day, so I'd just like to say a big thank you to all of our veterans who serve our country and make it the great country that it is, where we can talk about the freedoms that we get to have and enjoy our life here in America. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Any other commissioner? Commissioner Morris.
Thank you. Kathy Antea couldn't be here tonight, and neither could Commissioner Lacoste, who asked me to share some information on behalf of Kathy. Speaking of Commissioner Lacoste, I definitely want to send my prayers to her and her family. The information that she asked me to share is about Share for Share, the Share Center's event that will be taking place Thursday. That is not right?
Nope.
So.
This Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Thursday, November 6, 2025, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Riverside Golf Club on 245 East Columbia Avenue. The purpose is to support the Share Center's work in providing meals, showers, and services to marginalized individuals and reducing pressure on public resources. The event aims to raise needed funds due to budget shortfalls, including for Medicaid cuts facing the center. There will be a local impersonator of Cher who will be the MC for the evening. And if you would like to purchase tickets, you can go to the Share Center. You can find Kathy, or she will find you, or you can get on the Share Center's website and you can purchase a single dinner ticket for $75. And I believe you have to purchase the raffle tickets in person.
Thank you very much, Commissioner. Any other commission comments? Seeing none, we'll adjourn the meeting. Thank you for attending.
Oh, we got Commissioner Simmons.
Sorry, Chris.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's kind of hard for me to not, you can't see me, so if I raise my hand. First of all, I wanted to thank Commissioner O'Donnell for bringing up Veterans Day. Obviously, holidays very near and dear to my heart. There will be a group of people, and we usually have a significant amount of people who do each year around Veterans Day, and this year it'll be on Saturday of this week, and I actually will be back for this and plan on doing it. We do a Veterans Ruck March from Firekeepers Casino over to Marshall. It's about 6 miles. Join us and show your support for veterans and many of the problems that veterans face, and in particular, higher rates of suicide than the regular population. It's an ongoing struggle. So would love to see you out there. 6 miles, easy. I'd love to see you all out there and join me for that. And then just a point of clarification for the folks that weren't at the or didn't watch the workshop earlier. You saw us table or postpone the vote on the introduction of the charter amendment. I am not speaking for the rest of the commission, but with my feeling, the consensus was that we maybe we're supportive of some elements of that, maybe the 4-year terms, but wanted to look at maybe breaking out some of the other elements like the provision to remove. So that was probably the reason for, and that's why I voted for postponing that, so we can have a little further discussion and bring that back here at our next meeting. Just point of clarification for those maybe who didn't watch the workshop. And that's all I have. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Commissioner, and thank you for your service to the country. Are there any other comments? Seeing none, the meeting's adjourned. Thank you for attending.